So keep solving our physics GRE subject. So 90. Okay, so you did read the question by yourself, which is too long. Okay, so remember that the particle in the box has this kind of relations. By the way, you must remember the answer. This is 2L squared. And the wave function you should also remember. Okay, tell you that if the energy of the particle in 2 electron volts when it's in quantum state associated with eigen, basically this plot means that you have two. Okay, so I should plot it. I like this one. So if this wave function corresponding to energy 2 volts, then y is the ground state. So basically this is the second excited state, right? The ground state should be like this. And remember the En is proportional to n squared. So it should be 1/4, right? So the answer should be 2 times 1/4. So it's 0.5, because the energy state is proportional to n squared. So the answer is C. So 91. Narrow beam. Modern energetic is experience on a fragile single metal crystal. Okay, so this basically, once you see the calculation, you know what's asked about is the Bragg reflection formula. This formula is really important, that every time you will see it in the subject GRE physics. I promise, because I already seen it for very frequently. Is very high, right? So basically, this is the formula you need to remember. 30 degree, so sine theta is 1. Sine theta is half. So this is the equation what we have. He said that what? If the spacing of the reflecting crystal is known to X-ray measurement to be 3 angstroms, the speed of the electron is the most nearly. Oh. Speed of electron. Difficult, right? Because once you know the d, so d is like 3 times 10 to the 10, and the n is 1, so this is lambda, and this is a matter wave. So once you know h over p, you can solve p, and once you know the p, you know the answer. So p is h over lambda. So h is somehow 10 to the negative 34. So we get p is close to 2 to the negative 24, and then which is mass times velocity. So mass is 9.11 times 10 to the 31. If you don't know that, you can go to the first page of physics GRE. There will be some constant for you. So the v is just 2 times. Okay, let me go. So mv equals to 2 times this one, and the m is 9.11 times 10 to the negative 31. V equals to this. So v is somehow 10 to the some. This is 10 to the 7 times 0.25 closely. Okay. So which one is the answer? Answer is D. Because 0.25 times 10 to the 7 is 0.25 times 10 to the 6. Okay. And 92. Ask about selection rule. Basically, you need to remember the answer. Otherwise, like, you cannot solve perturbation theory in a test. You need to remember the answer. So the selection rules. The result is that delta L must be plus or minus 1, and delta M must be 0 or plus or minus 1. You need to remember these two. This question also comes very frequently in the subject GRE. Okay, so which one is the answer? He said that which is not compatible. Okay, so he said that delta n may have any negative integer values. A is okay, and then B is what I have said. C as I already said. Y is S, and then D is wrong, right? There's there's no anything for the spin. For spin. So the answer is D. The answer is D. Okay, 93 said that there is an electric sender, blah blah blah, and continuous beds, and the sender is 100% efficient, and there's 9 amps from 100 volts, and the bed is 10 meter per second, and the seat is pushing against the wood with normal force with 100 newtons. So basically, you need to sort of watts, right? The power is I times V, also equals to I think it's the force times the velocity. Okay, so this is the equation you have, and so you have I, you have V, you have the force, and but you don't have the velocity. Okay, but it asks you about the coefficient of friction. So coefficient of the friction comes from in the force term. Oh, so you have velocity, right? You have the velocity is 10 meter per second. So you have this, but you don't have this. This is mu times n, right? So you have all the coefficient, then you can solve mu. So mu is IV divided by n times velocity. Okay, so we have 10 times 120, 9 times 120, and n is 100 times velocity. Velocity, which is 10. So mu is close to 1.1. So the answer is D. The answer is D. Okay, let me see. How many questions we have? Oh, I think it's enough for this video. I will see you guys in the next video.